Desiree for her remarks with questions afterwards. I will moderate the questions. Please do us all a favor and identify your name and affiliation when you ask a question so we can start putting some faces and names around here. It looks like we're all good in the back. Everybody's ready to roll. So without further ado, I'll introduce the University President, Dr. Robert C. Roberts.
Thank you, Matt, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today as we welcome an exceptional new leader of our Department of Athletics. I don't know if Jim Livengood is here, but I'm going to steal his quote. It's a great day to be a Wildcat. I especially want to thank our student athletes, coaches, and staff who make us proud to be Wildcats each and every day. I also want to thank our passionate supporters who enable our student athletes to strive for excellence. I want to express my appreciation to the Arizona Board of Regents for providing immediate and unequivocal support as we sought to identify and recruit a world-class athletics administrator. I'm also grateful to the very generous donors of this great university whose philanthropic support provided us with the funding that allowed us to secure Desiree and to extend and increase Coach Lloyd's compensation. And a big thank you to Mike Candrea for stepping up during a difficult time. Mike, I see you. Mike, you are the GOAT. My biggest failure was not to convince you to get one for each thumb, but you've got one for each finger. So thank you for stepping up. We owe you a debt of gratitude, and we all love you, so thank you. This is a critical moment for Arizona athletics. We need someone strong, someone with a national voice, someone with a track record of raising revenue, stewarding resources, and providing strong financial oversight, someone unafraid to come in right now and help us. We are so fortunate that Desiree Reed-Francois said yes. She is exactly what we need right now. Desiree comes to us from SEC country, the University of Missouri, where she has spearheaded change in just 3 short years across all metrics, including on-field performance, academics, fundraising, branding, and innovative initiatives to enhance the student athletic experience. She's been on the cutting edge of NIL and revenue generation, and she always has the student athlete at the center of her work. And that was no more clear to me than the interactions we had yesterday with our incredible students. Her experiences and accolades from a 25-year career in college sports are impressive. And the U of A College of Law, as a U of A College of Law graduate, Desiree knows our community well and continues to stay connected. She was awarded the Alumnus of the Year last year by the College of Law. Dean Miller, thank you for being here and providing that support. And just yesterday, she was a guest speaker at our College of Law interacting with law students. Along with Desiree, we welcome her husband, Josh Francois, and their son, Jackson, who is currently a sophomore at the University of Missouri, suiting up for the men's basketball team. Finally, let me be very clear. We will not shy away from tackling our challenges head on. And Desiree will play an integral part in developing the strategies and tactics necessary to succeed in this modern era of college athletics. We will modernize, we will be fiscally responsible, but we will not compromise on our pursuit of excellence. With new department leadership now in place, our head men's basketball coach secured long-term, and Coach Brennan, our new football coach, primed to continue our upward trajectory on the gridiron. And Coach Barnes, who's here, who was that far away from a national championship taking down Stanford. We are set for leadership, stability, and momentum to continue to thrive. Please join me in welcoming our new Director of Athletics, Desiree Reed-Francois.
think we had to get a larger jersey for the size of the last name. So, but thank you. Good morning. It's great to be here. Thank you to my student athletes for coming. Grace, it was so wonderful to walk in and see you. So just automatically kind of made things a little more special. So thanks for running from practice. So good morning, everyone. First and foremost, I want to express my sincere gratitude to President Bobby Robbins and the Arizona Board of Regents for this incredible opportunity to serve as your Director of Athletics. Your leadership and your vision, you've set the stage for an incredible future, and I'm honored to be a part of it. Reflecting on my journey to this moment, I wish that you wouldn't have come, Dr. Jordan Curtis. No, I'm just kidding. But it's amazing to see you, so thank you. I'm reminded of a time in my life that solidified my connection to this university. On September 10th of 1994, my brother experienced a life-altering accident. It was my first year in law school here in Tucson, and amidst the chaos and uncertainty, the University of Arizona extended a compassionate hand, providing support when I needed it the most. I am forever grateful. The kindness that was shown to me during this time, and now, during this challenging time, it's my privilege and my duty to give back and help guide the athletic department forward. Leaving behind the incredible people and the community at Mizzou was not an easy decision. The student athletes, I gave birth to one of them, the staff, the coaches, incredible people, the President Choi and the Tiger fan base, the SEC, Commissioner Sankey are incredible, and I am forever grateful for the experiences and my friendships that were forged there. They will last a lifetime. However, when the opportunity arose to return to the University of Arizona, the only place I would have considered leaving Mizzou for, I knew it was a chance I could not pass up. I also would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to my husband, Josh, who's here, and my son, Jackson. Thank you for going on this incredible journey with me. Let's give them a round of applause. We came back to the U of A this May for graduation ceremonies, and I was telling Josh and Jackson about my time here, and I reflected back to 1997 when we celebrated a national championship in basketball. I remember how exciting it was and I remember how I felt when I heard one shining moment and we saw Coach Olson cut down that net. We're gonna raise banners here. We're gonna cut down more nets, folks. And while these are challenging times in college athletics, you know what challenges bring? Challenges bring opportunities. And I am so filled with excitement for the journey ahead. The championship past of this university serves as a testament to the extraordinary talent, the dedication, and the passion that exists within our athletic program. As we move forward, my vision is to build upon this storied history and work tirelessly towards a championship future. I am eager to immerse myself in the vibrant culture of Wildcat athletics as it is today in Tucson, to get to know our student athletes and to collaborate with each and every one of you to achieve our collective goals. Together, we will strive for excellence, both on and off the field. We'll foster a culture grounded in our core values, guided by our responsibility we have to provide a championship experience on and off the field of play for our student athletes, and galvanized by the reality that a successful athletic program, it brings our state and our region together like nothing else, and it propels us forward to unparalleled success. In closing, I want to again express my sincere gratitude to President Bobby Robbins, the Arizona Board of Regents, and the entire Wildcat community for entrusting me with this incredible opportunity. I look forward to hitting the ground running, and Wildcat Nation, please know I will work very hard every single day to make you proud. Thank you, and bear down, Arizona.
the questions and answer portion. You just go ahead and raise your hand. I'll be able to call on people, and please, as a reminder, I did.
You mentioned earlier in the release yesterday, too, just about donors stepping up and helping fund all these things that are going on right now. Can you speak more to that and how you've been able to garner that support financially?
Yeah, I think, Craig, we're incredibly blessed here. As you know, in November, we entered into the public phase of our Fuel Wonder campaign. The goal is $3 billion. We're already $2.2 billion toward that goal, and I'm confident we'll exceed our goal. As part of our strategic plan and part of that fundraising campaign, athletics and the fine arts, our two front porches to this great university, are part of it. And so I'm incredibly grateful to all the donors who stepped up and made the commitments when we needed to have them do so that we didn't have to use university funds to continue to fuel the wonder of our athletics department.
Back there, we got a mic coming to you, so we'll go in the back, and then Bruce, you'll be on deck here.
Desiree Jack Bartlett, Cronkite News. I think it was about a month ago, there was an anonymous $62 million donation made to the University of Mizzou Athletics Department. I'm just curious how you were able to cultivate not only a strong NIL collective at Mizzou, but also cultivate a strong fan base that donates generously.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Yes, and that call yesterday, I was actually with the dean. You know, I spoke to the law school yesterday, and I was with the dean when I called that donor to tell him about me leaving. So thank you. You weren't, it was like, surprise, here I'm here. But thank you for driving yesterday and being a part of that. How we were able to cultivate that gift, that particular supporter is an incredible supporter, incredible person that just genuinely cares about the University of Missouri. It was a really difficult call to make yesterday because I know he believed in the direction and the trajectory, but I know he still believes. And the University of Missouri is an incredible place, and they are on a great path, and I cannot wait to cheer for them from afar. How we cultivate donors is one person at a time. We do what we say we're going to do. We live our core values. We get to know people and find out where their passion lies and align those passions with what the department's needs are and how we can propel us forward into the future. So I love fundraising because you get a chance to be able to meet people where they are, hear their stories, and everybody has this incredible story and incredible memories. Like I said, when I was here in law school in '97 when we won the national championship, I bet there's a lot of people in this room that remember where they were and how they felt. So aligning memories with passions for philanthropy, it's really special. Thank you for asking.
All right, we'll go to Bruce there, row 2.
You know, one thing, if I can just add a little bit more, you asked about, I think I didn't answer your fan question. When it comes to, I'm really big on listening. I haven't been to a Wildcat football game since like 1997. I have a lot to learn and a lot of listening to do, and I cannot wait to do that. If to our fans that are listening right now, I apologize on the front end. I send out a lot of surveys. I love surveys, and then what we do is we're going to respond to those surveys and we're going to make adjustments because we want to provide a game day atmosphere that's second to none. And we can't do that unless we hear about your experiences and then we make adjustments. So fans bring this incredible energy. I can't wait to meet our students too. Students bring this vibrancy that is so incredibly special that cannot be replicated. But it all starts with listening to our people first.
Hi, Bruce Pasco, Arizona Daily Star. I guess this is kind of for both of you, but I'm wondering, I think Dr. Robbins, you said there was a $30 million in philanthropy last year, and I guess I was wondering, what is your goal for that number to get to, and does the extra donor funds for these two contracts potentially come out of that $30 million? Do you expect it to grow? What is that, especially considering the current situation?
Yeah, Bruce, I'm not familiar with the 30 million you're talking about. Can you clarify?
You were quoted on it in our, I think, faculty senate, according to what we had.
There's a $30 million deficit in the
So-
Department of Athletics.
No, it was the philanthropy as part of your revenues for fiscal 22, I believe.
Well, I don't remember the quote, but you've obviously got it. I think what I probably said, Bruce, is that because we have a $30 million deficit in the Department of Athletics, we need to grow revenue. One way that works is increasing philanthropy. And so, a $30 million goal for philanthropy, we have the data on our fundraising compared to our Big 12 peers that we're going to be transitioning into in July. So I think a $30 million a year goal will be a good one to have, but I'm going to let the boss, say what she thinks the goal should be. She may think it's 50. I don't know, but I think that's the context in which I made the comment about 30 million.
Yeah, I have an older, one of the NCAA reports, and I think it was 20 million back a few years ago. So I assumed it maybe went up, and I was just wondering, do you kind of think maybe it could even get to 40 or 50 in the next few years, or what are the, did the goals get even bigger?
Yeah, well, again, I'll let Desiree make a comment specifically around athletics. I can tell you that we have a $3 billion goal that, as I said before, I am confident we're going to exceed. Athletics is a big part of that. We've already had tremendous support from our donors to support the athletics programs, and I think it will continue to grow, especially under Desiree's leadership.
Go to the far right and then Michael left.
Dr. Robbins, Anthony Remedios, Cronkite News. Can you take us through the process of finding a new AD, especially in such a quick time fashion? Was there a search firm involved or anything like that?
There was not a search firm involved, but as I said in my remarks, the regents have been very supportive of going out and finding an absolute world-class talent that we did. We found the best person that I think fits our culture, understands our culture, and has a proven track record of success. I talked to hundreds of people around the country, talked to many different presidents, corporate leaders, donors, other athletic directors, coaches, people from the business community, and that led us every time to Desiree. So I'm incredibly grateful that you said yes, and you're bringing your talents back to Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah, Michael Lev with the Arizona Daily Star. This question is for Desiree. Dr. Robbins mentioned the $30 million deficit that athletics has been running, and according to your bio, you were able to kind of turn things around financially at Mizzou. How were you able to do that, and what are some of the plans you have conceived of to turn things around financially here at Arizona?
Thank you. And I'm sorry, could you tell me your name again?
It's Michael Lev with the Arizona Daily Star.
Michael, nice to meet you. And so in terms of, oh, he was making emotions. No. In terms of how we're going to turn it around, challenges are opportunities. I said that in my opening remarks. And what we're going to do is we're going to dive into that budget. I talked to the staff yesterday, and we talked about priorities that we have for the kind of first couple months. And one of those priorities is that we've got to dive into that budget and figure out where we are, where there's opportunities for growth, do some data analytics, look at where do we compare with the rest of our Big 12 comparators, and then kind of if there's where there's opportunities for growth, then we're going to figure out how we're going to do it. And let's look at our protocols, look at our best practices. It's the same thing we did at Missouri as well. I haven't met very many athletic departments that say, hey, we've got so much money, we don't know what to do with it. So this is not a problem that's incredibly unique. But what we have to do is just be very diligent in our approach and very thoughtful. Let's listen and let's learn and let's analyze and put together the best plan and move forward. And by the way, if I may say, I was a little awkward in my opening remarks when I saw Dean Jordan Curtis. Thank you very much for being here. She was one of the deans when I was in law school. And one of the reasons why I'm here today is because of how she helped me. So thank you.
All right, we'll go over to Matt and then David.
Hi, Desiree. Welcome to Tucson. Matt Reynoldson with KVOA here in town. I wanted to ask you about how you approach your relationships with student athletes, because obviously there are hundreds of student athletes here. You're obviously starting that and started it last night at McHale. But what's your philosophy overall on connecting with individuals and then connecting with your coaches as well?
It's the best part of what I do. We talked about it yesterday. And when I'm having a hard day, maybe when I'm analyzing the budget, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. When I'm having a hard day, I'll go over to the cafeteria where the student athletes eat the training table, and I just go, they don't know this yet, but I just go and sit down with random teams, and I do this like once every 2 weeks, and I listen to them, and I hear about their hopes and their dreams, and it's the best part of what we do. I'm in this business because I know about how the student athlete experience impacts people's lives. I couldn't fix my brother, but I can make sure that every single one of these student athletes have a world-class experience. But that world-class experience, I can't give that to them if I don't listen to them. And I love, that's just the best part of what I do. So we do it in a very, in an informal way, in terms of I go and I have lunch with them. I meet with our SAC, and then once a week I have a party of five, or I'm sorry, once a month I have a party of five luncheon, which are academic advisors. I shared this with them yesterday. We get 5 student athletes from all different teams, and we go and we have lunch, and there's no agenda, but I always end it with, if you were athletic director for the day, what's something that you would do? So, and they also are going to get a bunch of surveys too, because I need their feedback. We got to be in this together. Thank you for asking.
All right, go to Dave Kelly and then over to Steve on the far right.
Dr. Robbins and Director Reed Francois, David Kelly from Wildcats Radio 1290. For Dr. Robbins, just I know the talk in terms of the rebound for the entire university has been 18 to 36 months. Is that the same timeline you're looking for this athletic rebound as well? And for Dr. Reed Francois, for those of us that don't know the story of your brother, what is that?
First on that one. Is that KTUC, by the way?
No, that's KCUB. Well, they're in the family with us. KTUC is one of our stations, yes. But KCUB is 1290.
Awesome. I used to intern there way back when. So, okay, let's see. The story of my brother. My brother played football at Chabot Junior College. He was a Prop 48 back then, which he was a linebacker, had bad grades, and so he didn't go off to a 4-year right after college, or right after high school. So he went to Chabot on September 10th of 1994. He was going for the record of the most tackles in the state of California at the time. He made the tackle. He wrapped up his running back, and he was on the ground, and someone just hit his neck and snapped his neck, and he became a quadriplegic.
And Dr. Robbins, just the timeline of when you want to see the rebound for athletics, and is that in line with what we've heard in terms of the university's 18 to 36-month plan?
Yeah, I would say, we're going to have to be patient. These things don't turn around overnight. There's a whole confluence of factors that came together to get us where we are across the university, and that's the same for athletics. So I think we want to be patient. And we've got to let Desiree come in and do her analysis and get a plan together. I am confident we've got the right person to do that, and I would not be surprised at all. I've learned that Desiree is very competitive, and so I think that she will get this turned around very quickly. There's some structural issues that I think we've been discussing that, it's fairly nuanced, but there are some things that I think will help with athletics that have been cost in the past that my hope is that we can work with her to correct going forward. But I absolutely am confident she will get this turned around, and she'll beat the 18 to 36 month time frame.
We'll go over to Steve, and then in the back, we'll be after Steve.
So I can see you. Good morning, Desiree. It's been a minute since I saw you in Sacramento about 11 months ago for the tournament. How has the year been for you? And you left a pretty good situation to get here. Could you talk about that last maybe 11 months?
Certainly. And just to follow up a little bit on your question, it can't be all just me, right? We have a lot of talent. We have so much talent in that athletic department, in our athletic department, and I look forward to linking arms with everyone and coming up with those solutions. So just to follow up, nice to see you. And over the we were both in the Sacramento NCAA tournament regional. And so the last 11 months have been, it's gone by really, really quickly. We had a pretty good football season. We had a pretty good volleyball season. We hired you wanted me to go over what's going on at Missouri in the last 11 months?
Just you left a pretty good situation.
Oh, okay.
And the reasoning why.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't understand the question very well. It's home. Just quite simply, it's home. I talked about, and I got a little bit emotional at the podium because this is a heart move. This is a move that I know what the University of Arizona can be. I know there are challenges, but I know we have incredible support. We have incredible leadership. And I felt like the University of Arizona was there for me when I needed them. And now my skill sets, I believe, meet what the University of Arizona needs at this time, at this critically important time, when there are so many challenges throughout college athletics. And not only here at the University of Arizona, but throughout the entire enterprise. So it just felt right, and it was an opportunity to come home.
Go to the back, and then Brian Peterson, and then Jenna. In the back there.
Hi, Desiree. Welcome back to Tucson. I'm John Macaluso with 13 News. I talked to a student yesterday, a tennis player here at the university, and she couldn't be more hyped to have a woman come in to take over the job. Can you just talk a little bit about what it means to you to be inspirational to students like her?
Take a look at some video of
I'm
her
smiling.
at the University of
I was over at the law school yesterday, and someone asked me this question too.
Now we know that last season, Reed Francois oversaw a football team that ended the season 8th in the AP poll, even beating Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. And her success goes beyond the field. As you just saw, she spoke this morning. She started at about 9 a.m. with Robert Robbins introducing her, and then she came out and got visibly emotional. She actually went to the University of Arizona. She said that coming here was a heart move. Her old dean from the law school actually walked in during her press briefing. She talked about how she wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that dean. She also thanked her husband and her son. So definitely emotional this morning. We're going to have a little bit of a preview or going over what she said coming up today at noon. We do not have a newscast because of soccer, but we're going to be right here on 13 Plus going over what she said, kind of the next moves. She did address the financial crisis here at the University of Arizona. She said that that's not really uncommon to have a financial situation in the athletic department, saying that it's not something that she isn't worried about, but she's going to take it one day at a time. She says she listens really well. She wants to meet all these athletes and students, and she's looking forward to the next couple of years here. She also talked about the new football coach, Brent Brennan, also Tommy Lloyd, who just had a contract extension, and then Adia Barnes saying, we are set up for success here at the University of Arizona. So some great news. I just mentioned Tommy Lloyd here. We want to show you some video of him. We know that the new athletic director, the naming of the new athletic director actually came at the same time as the University of Arizona announced a new contract for men's basketball coach Tommy Lloyd. The new 5-year deal must still be approved by the Board of Regents. The first year of the deal includes a salary of $5.25 million that climbs to $6 million in year 5. Arizona has been ranked in the AP Top 25 for 52 consecutive weeks under Lloyd. The team is 81-16 since Lloyd arrived in 2021 and is currently ranked number 4 in the country. So definitely some great news in the sports world at the University of Arizona. Again, we're going to kind of go back, talk about the press briefing that you just listened to coming up at noon. So definitely tune in here for Unscripted on 13 Plus. Something else else that we do want to talk about that's happening today, if you have not registered to vote quite yet, I'm going to pull this up here. There is some information that you need to know. Today is the last day to register to vote in the Arizona presidential preference election. So early ballots get mailed out tomorrow. Election day is March 19th. Remember, Arizona's presidential preference election is not an open primary, so if you are an independent and want to cast a ballot, you have to temporarily change your party affiliation to Republican or Democrat. To register, all you have to do is head to servicearizona.com. I actually had to go on today and change my address. It was super easy to do that. So again, go to servicearizona.com in order to make any changes to make sure you are able to vote for the presidential preference election. Again, today is your last day to do that. Now we want to take a look at some...
We're here on the basis of the warrants.
Today is the man accused of stealing and crashing a sheriff's department cruiser is due in court to answer to new charges. So you're actually taking a look here at Rolando Sanchez. Sheriff's deputies say they found Sanchez passed out behind the wheel of a car parked in Gates Pass on January 31st.
Aggravated assault, control officer, firearm, first-degree burglary, theft of means of transportation,
Deputies reported struggling to detain Sanchez,
damage,
forcing them to tase him.
DUI,
They say Sanchez
burglary,
had control of the
felony
taser.
flight,
He actually used it on them.
and
Take a look at some of the video here from when he allegedly stole that sheriff's deputy cruiser. You can see here he ran into a pickup truck. You're actually taking a look at some of the video here from that very moment. We know Sanchez is scheduled for arraignment on 9 felony counts, including aggravated assault, theft of a means of transportation, resisting arrest, burglary, and weapons misconduct. We're going to continue to watch this throughout the day. We will definitely update you both on air and online with any new developments. Turning now to our website, also due in court today, a Tucson doctor accused of performing unlicensed surgeries on animals. We know Raquel Mercado Sepulveda is scheduled for arraignment on multiple felony counts. We know that she's also being charged with animal cruelty involving a work or service animal, and fraud. She is a licensed OBGYN with an office on Tucson's east side. She was arrested last month after investigators say they got a tip about the doctor performing those unlicensed and illegal surgeries. Investigators seized animals from multiple locations. Here on our website, KOLD.com, you can see the article here explaining everything that happened. Our very own Andres Rendon broke this all down for you. So again, if you want to learn more about this ahead of her court date, you can go to KOLD.com. And switching now to the weather department, take a look at this. Oh my goodness, a live look out of Santa Monica this morning. We know millions of people in California are facing another day of heavy rain as a multi-day atmospheric river storm continues to funnel precipitation into the Golden State, which has already been ravaged by numerous reports of flooding, landslides, and mudslides. Now, this began on Sunday when torrential rain pushed into the state overnight. Flooded roads were reported in several parts of the state, including in Sacramento and San Jose, and landslides were reported in the Santa Rosa area. So we want to bring in 13 First Alert meteorologist Mallory Snow here. We kind of talked about this yesterday as well. The good news, not really going to bring a lot of impact here to Arizona.
Right.
We're really dealing with some great weather.
Gorgeous weather. Of course, that's been the case for the last week or so. We've had a lot of 70s since last Tuesday. Today, we're going to warm back into the low 80s. This system will give us an impact with just some slightly cooler temperatures.
Okay.
I put that in quotes because we're still talking 70 degrees tomorrow.
Awesome.
And some gusty winds. That's about it.
We love to see that.
Yeah, so we're really not going to see the impact from the rain and snow that they're seeing in California right now. You can see that atmospheric river really between LA, San Diego, moving into the Las Vegas metro area, and also kind of a northern tier up near San Francisco, Sacramento area, and into Northern California. And because of that, of course, they're dealing with a flood watch really all along the coastal areas of California, up and down the entire state, and then winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, I should say, and the mountains further inland. But your regional forecast here, you can see as we head into tomorrow, this is 11 a.m. on Wednesday. Rain, snow really staying in the northern half of the state of Arizona, not impacting Pima, Santa Cruz, Cochise counties tomorrow. Maybe the Phoenix metro area and areas off to the north from there. We could see a couple of sprinkles if we're lucky. Most of us stay dry from this particular system. However, as I mentioned, gusty winds will be a concern at times tomorrow, so just keep that in mind. Blowing dust could be a concern along I-10 in Cochise County, where we typically see those blowing dust concerns. Winds will be coming in from the southwest, anywhere between about 20 to 35 miles per hour for your Wednesday afternoon. Those winds will then relax once we head into Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. Much lighter winds, some good news for the rodeo parade on Thursday. Now, your forecast high temperatures, our average is 70 to 71 at this point in February in Tucson. We'll be about 10 degrees above that today, about 10 degrees above that on Saturday, and then in between those 2 days, low to mid 70s for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Right now in Tucson, nothing but blue sky, sunshine, gorgeous shot there from Mount Bigelow. We're currently sitting at 57 degrees, winds coming in from the south-southeast around 8 miles per hour. It's going to be a gorgeous day for Wildcat baseball. They are playing Utah Tech this afternoon. First pitch at High Corbett will be at 2 p.m. High temperatures topping out in the lower 80s, so make sure you have that sunscreen and water. And yes, it is common to have 80s in February. That's our average, that's our normal. And in fact, we have hit 80 degrees at one other time this year on January 29th. Today in Cochise County, expect those highs in the 70s, maybe a little bit breezy in Bisbee, but really a beautiful day. There are many ways I could say that. Gorgeous day all around in southern Arizona. As I mentioned, breezier tomorrow, about 10 degrees cooler, 70 lighter winds on Thursday for the rodeo parade, and then mid-70s Friday, low 80s this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and then we do have some better rain chances finally arriving by Monday of next week.
Okay, I think a lot of us are just excited to see that Thursday for that rodeo parade looking gorgeous. Also this weekend for folks who want to go out to that last weekend of the rodeo, shaping up to be a great time.
Yeah, last week, this week, fantastic weather. As I mentioned yesterday, we kind of got all that wet weather out of the way at the start of the month. So now we have great weather for rodeo.
Awesome. We love to see it. Thank you, Mallory.
Of course.
Now, one of the jewels of the Tucson Wagon and History Museum is ready to roll out of the past and into the 99th annual rodeo parade. So our very own Brooke Wagner tells us it's thanks in part to a snowbird who's spent his winters restoring the carriage to glistening glory. Take a look here.
Talk about a labor of love.
That's heavier springs than I've got on my 1-ton truck.
Andrew Roseboom and other volunteers just spent more than 3 years taking a 1938 carriage from this to this, rodeo ready.
That was all part of the Western tradition, and you just don't find things like this every place around anymore.
He could only find one other like it. That's what makes this piece so special, but worth the work.
Nothing in the coach is square. Everything is rounded, and things don't go round with wood very well, and especially when it curves in 4 different directions.
He researched old magazines and talked to blacksmiths to make it authentic and sturdy. We can vouch for that after using it for 13 News live shots, and it just passed a test drive. This wonder on wheels came from England. Andrew stripped the paint, repainted, fixed and restored it with as much original equipment as he could find, right down to the intricately molded brass hand handles that only the fanciest folks could afford.
It was a park drag or tally-ho, which was used exclusively by the very rich people. They used it to go to races or picnics. It was used for private events. They liked the seats that were up on the top because if they went to the races, it gave them a raised, elevated view to watch the races.
This time, it'll be former Grand Marshal Chandler Warden riding high for the restored buggy's debut in this year's parade. He helped create this workspace for the buggy's restoration. So when you see this carriage on the 99th Tucson Rodeo Parade, tip your hat to Andrew Roseboom.
The Tucson Wagon and History Museum can always use some donations, so you can call or go online to volunteer if you want to help, Also, a reminder this morning, if you're planning on coming out to the parade this Thursday, there is a big change this year. For the second time in history, the rodeo parade has a new route. So it starts at 12th Avenue in Drexel before moving east to Nogales Highway, where it will then head north to Irvington Road. Don't forget, we will have live coverage of the rodeo parade on Thursday starting at 9 in the morning. You can see myself, Anna Orsini, and Tyler Butler out there, along with Aaron Christensen, Brooke Wagner, and Dean Morris. You can see it right here on 13 News, streaming also the flags and on 13 News. Well, for some more good news this morning, in case you didn't know, it is National Love Your Pet Day. So we actually took a bunch of pictures of our pets from 13 News this morning. You can see myself with Zona there. She's a golden retriever puppy. I am obsessed with her. Those are Tyler's cats, super cute. They always have the funniest stories. There's Zona again. So we love our dogs, we say, and cats. We say National Love Your Pet Day is every single day. That's how we feel. We know we just walked in the Friends of Pack Pima parade this weekend. It was an absolute blast. That's Indy there. Go ahead and go to our Facebook pages if you want to see some pictures from that. But we asked you all on social media here, let me bring up our Facebook page, what you're doing to honor your pet on National Love Your Pet Day. We asked you all to post some pictures here. So you can see Hope posted a picture of Lucky. He just turned 6 years old. What a cute cat. Also, Robert, he posted a picture of Mr. Drew and Mr. Oliver. These cats, I think, are just so funny. I do not have a cat, so I've never really been familiar with their personalities, and they just seem like they're such a hoot. You can see Stacy here posted a picture of Tyson, her dog. Oh my goodness. And then look at this guy, PJ, so cute, Gina. So again, this is on our Facebook page. Go ahead and post a picture of your pet. Give us their name, give us their age. We want to celebrate all the pets today. You can see right there, Zoe. She's 10 years old, such a sweetie. You can also comment here on Unscripted on 13 Plus. We'd love to see your pets as well. We just have the best time looking at all of those pictures. Make sure to give your pets some love today. And again, just it's a reason to celebrate, right? We love to do it. Take a look at this. So trending this morning, this is actually disgusting. At least I think it is. So this is Starbucks. You're actually taking a look at KOLD.com, but Starbucks is offering a pork flavored latte. Yes, you heard me correctly. So would you try to drink this? Let me know in the comments here. Post whether or not you would ever try this. So Starbucks announced plans to start selling this pork-flavored latte at its stores in China to mark the Lunar New Year. The Abundant Year savory latte will have braised pork flavor sauce with espresso and steamed milk. I can't even imagine this. It kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. But if this is something you would try, if you're one of those people that are like, hey, I got to try it once, let us know in the comments. The cost just under $10. I still think that's extremely expensive, but hey, why not, right? So again, this is on KOLD.com if you want to read more about this story. Just something that we all laughed about here in the newsroom. And we want to take a live look outside on this Tuesday morning. You can see gorgeous day. Mallory saying it could be in the low 80s today, so get outside, enjoy it while you can. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Unscripted on 13 Plus. Again, I've been saying it throughout this entire streaming. We will be back at noon. We do not have a newscast today because of soccer, so tune in here on 13 Plus. We'll go over your late breaking news. We'll have your first alert forecast and just let you guys give you everything you need to know for your Tuesday. So again, that will be coming up at noon. I will see you all then. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.